What's up, guys? It's Andy, and today, welcome to September. It is the 5th, so we are going out to the barn for another jumping lesson. Pretty much all of my lessons are jumping lessons. I think you would be hard-pressed to find one where we don't do some jumping since I only lesson once a week. So, some sad news is that Poppy got sold. Just as we were starting to figure her out and starting to like her, someone picked her up and bought her. So she's no longer a lesson horse. She's no longer on the property. So unfortunately, my last lesson, which I will tag above, was going to be the last time that I ever rode her. So kind of sad about that, kind of not sad about that because she still needed a lot of work. But now it leaves me to wonder, who am I going to ride? Seeing as it is September, I'm guessing my lesson today will be on Mia because I can ride her once a month. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that. So keep your fingers crossed for me. No Casey today. Riding with my friend Dana. I think we're going to be like a group lesson going forward every Saturday at 11. And then I have my friend's wedding this afternoon, so I won't be hanging around the barn very much afterwards because we're going to be on a tight schedule. So I think that's pretty much all of the updates. Keep liking, subscribing, sharing videos. I like to comment on other people's videos. I like watching your guys' videos that have already subscribed. So let's just keep our little community growing. Let's go on and head out to the barn. So you really cannot hear my trainer because it was pretty windy. We've got to get a better option for filming because my phone is not cutting it. So basically, I'm just going to do a voiceover of what we were doing. Yikes, that was ugly. Oh my gosh. So basically, my trainer, to get warming up for jumping, she just wanted me to canter around, make my own course, get over all of the jumps. And that turned out to be a lot harder because I haven't done that in so long, like just deciding what I want to do. And so I was just kind of like cantering around, like, okay, I don't know where I'm gonna go next. I just started like going in this spiral type direction. And yeah, our very first X was not good. It was supposed to be a 4 stride line. It ended up being 5 and a chip. and we were just kind of like all over the place. I couldn't decide if I wanted her to step up and go for the longer strides or come back and do some collected work. We tried getting her on the bit during the flat work, and she was not having it. She has a very sensitive mouth, so you can't really block her forward momentum with your hands, and that's very problematic. So here we went through and got almost a really good 5. It was a little bit tight. And so we did a lot of collection and extension in the canter on the flat, and she was so good. Her collected, I mean, we could have been doing pirouettes. I mean, she was really collected. I wish I had it on camera, but I told Paul to only film the jumping so that the video wasn't too long for you guys. So now I'm going back around and I'm going to try and get some of the jumps that I didn't get the first time. So this is a 4 stride line, and we got 4 there, but it was kind of a long distance. It's a really long 4 for her because she has a pretty short stride. So I think the next 2 times we do it, we do the 4 stride, and then the very last time I hold her back and ask for the 5. And it worked out really well. She just doesn't look like a hunter like Poppy does. She doesn't have very square knees, but she's such a joy to ride. I just absolutely adore her. And then my trainer's like, why did you stop? And I'm like, oh, I thought I was only doing the jumps we needed to finish. And also, I'm so out of shape. Like, my maximum limit's like 6 fences, and I start to fall apart. And then my horse starts to fall apart, and it's just not good. So, this is the first course that Jody's putting together for us. So, we're coming up to this white gate. And I just kind of sat there and was like, I don't know how she's going to do it. The jump looked really big, to be fair. It was only 2'6", which made me really sad. 2'6" used to be nothing for me, but I just kind of really sat back and let her decide what she wanted to do for striding. I didn't feel like fighting with her because she was kind of pulling on the bit, and with her sensitive mouth, I didn't want to upset her. So I just kind of sat back and let her decide where she wanted to go. That was a little bit long there, but not too bad. I think we're going to come around and do this hay bale line with the pole in 4 strides here. So she would come around the corner and she's like, yeehaw, we're ready to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And that was back to her jumper days. She really liked that. Come flying around the corner. And then we brought her back in. Kind of a little bit of a chip here. It was not perfect. And then I asked for the lead change. She got the front, but not the back. And then she went all squirmy crazy with her body. So we fixed it and we continued on. But that was something that we definitely needed to work on. And then we chipped here. So as opposed with Poppy, where I kept getting left behind, with Mia, I jumped the gun a little too early. So this time I made sure to add a little leg, and we cleared that one just fine. She jumped it. It really felt big, but I guess she wasn't really picking up her feet that much. Now we're going to the gray box. No, the line. Ask for 5. Land 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for me, I liked that a lot better. It's easier for me to sit, and I don't feel like I'm going to die if she takes off with me. And then we're coming back around to the white again. I was really practicing using my corners to try and help set up. And then I asked for the lead change, and even though she switches front to back, she still gave me a really good lead change. So I was totally happy with that. And then we'll come up to our gray boxes as our last jump.